Ah, car sounds great. Now, this is my idea of a hot rod. You know, the truck is really cool, but this is one of my favorite cars.
Thank you.
Tom, most guys, when these were new, the Mustang had obviously just came out, and the Falcon kind of got pushed along the wayside a little bit because of the Mustangs.
It did.
And it's really the same chassis, essentially. They just redesigned the car on the Falcon chassis.
$199 more, and you could have a Mustang convertible, and everybody went that route.
Yep. And there was tons of them due to that fact.
Oh, yeah.
So what we're looking at here is a 1965 Ford Falcon Futura, right?
Futura convertible.
Convertible.
Yep.
Obviously convertible. Got a
65, they stopped the Sprint line. They had them in 64, but they didn't call it a Sprint no more. But this is a factory 4-speed car with a bench seat.
Yeah. I had a 63 Falcon Sprint convertible.
Oh, nice.
With a little 260 V8 in it.
Yeah.
That was many, many moons ago. Yeah, and I think I sold it for like $300.
And you had a generator, which means when you started up, you had a gen on your light where I've got alt on my light.
You're exactly right. I'll take your word for it anyway. I don't remember. I don't remember. But Tom, a beautiful car. How long have you had this car?
Look, 20 years?
04, I think.
04, 21 years. 21 years then, huh? And you bought this at a classic car sales place, correct?
I bought this at Fastlane, not knowing any better, but at the time they financed and I needed financing and I wanted a hot rod because I wanted my son to get into the cars. And I thought the way to do it was to get one that was done already or almost done, and then he could enjoy it. So we got it. We did a lot of modifications and different things to it, but nothing major as far as paint or anything.
Yeah.
Had to do some motor work on it and things, but
now it's flagged 289. Is it still a 289 or is it a?
It's 30 over.
It's 30 over.
It's 30 over. It's the factory motor.
Sure.
And it's the heads have been taken off and it's got the hardened seats in it for the modern gas.
Yeah. It sounds real healthy when you pulled it out of the garage here. It sounds really good.
I can't tell you the duration of the cam or anything in it because that was there when I bought it from Fastlane.
Yeah.
I just enhanced it with the headers and things of that sort.
So it makes a lot of noise. Now, what color are we looking at?
It's called Ivy Gold.
Ivy Gold, but to me it looks green.
Yeah, grass green color.
Yeah. So and I'm a green guy. I love greens. Power top.
Power top.
Let's see that top work a little bit. We did a convertible here the other day, but the top is already down. And we hated asking to move the top for us, but if you're willing,
sure,
we'd love to see that top operate. So anybody that comes on our channel and checks out convertibles, these old cars in the 60s had great tops. He unlatches it, hits the old power button, and it retracts right back in behind the back seat. And boy, it does it quickly, doesn't it?
Pretty quick.
Straighten out your little back glass there so it don't get a kink. Oh, that's great. And we won't ask you to do it today, but you got a boot or a cover that goes over this, correct?
I do. Same color as the interior.
Yep, same as the interior. That way everything blends kind of together. That's really, really cool. So an Ivy Gold car that looks green with a white top, or is it tan?
No, it's white.
Okay, you know, they throw you with the Ivy Gold, but now, Tom, this car was restored, I'm assuming, at some point, wasn't it?
As best we can tell, it's factory paint.
It is factory paint, as far as you know.
But I mean, it's had some repair work done to it that I found that I could see.
Sure.
But here, I'll get the boot out and show you, and you can. I just seen a thing on Facebook the other day.
Where the trunk looks nice.
It said real hot rods have tools in them, and other cars have lawn furniture.
Yeah.
I got both.
Well, I'll be honest, I do both too.
Yeah.
I do both too. So to put this boot on, you just flip it over here and apply it to these snaps, huh?
Right.
There we go.
You can just lay it on there, but it snaps right on.
Oh yeah, I got you. My Ford Falcon didn't have that boot.
Oh, it didn't?
No, it didn't have. It probably did at some point, but wasn't around when I owned the car, which was in the early 80s.
It dresses it up. It makes it look.
No, it
much
kind of
better.
completes it. Yeah, that way it's a little more parade-y looking.
It looks good with the boot on it, and then when the top's up, it's kind of neat because it shows the wide chrome trim. That's the stainless trim.
Yeah, well, we can ask the people that are watching this if anybody's got a Falcon or knows anything about them too. What do you like better? You like it with the boot on or boot off? So, you know, just let us know. I personally like it on there, but if I was just going to have the top down for a few hours, I may or may not put it on there. You know what I'm saying?
Put the boot on, guys. The top goes down, the boot goes on just because it completes the car.
Just that quick, huh?
I'm not in that big of a hurry.
But when a big old quick spring thunder boomer comes around, like here in Missouri, like they're known for,
you might get wet.
You might get wet putting that top back up. You're right. You're right. Well, Tom, it sure is pretty. Now, I got a
30% rule though. 30% chance of rain or more, and it don't leave the garage.
There you go. That's a good rule of thumb. I heard a weather guy say one time that a 50% chance of rain means there's 100% chance in 50% of the area. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. It's all about timing.
Yeah. Well, that gets them off the hook. You know, that way they're correct either way. So you got Krager wheels on her. There's 14s, 15s.
They're 15s.
15s?
No, 14s. They're 14s.
14-inch wheels. Yep. The Kragers look good on any old car. You can't go wrong with a set of Krager SS.
When I bought it, it had the Mustang 500 wheels on it.
Oh no, I take this better.
And and I didn't care for them. So
did you keep those?
No, I sold them.
You sold those.
I sold them because as a kid, I could never afford Kragers. Always had chrome reverse.
Sure.
Now I can afford Kragers.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Well, I love the you got the wing windows out. Now this is a non-air car, correct?
It is.
But it's got plenty of air with the top down and these wing vents open.
I'm told with the factory 4-speed cars, it didn't come with air because the air unit was actually a hang-on underneath the dash.
Right. So it had under dash air. So when they added it on, it was an option that went under the dash rather than made into the dash. So let's pop your hood. Let's look at this 289.
All right.
Oh yeah, very clean. Very clean. It looks so correct in there. You know, and you know, you can put bigger motors in these things and really make that hood full, but this is what it came with. This is what looks correct to me.
I kind of like, I got enough of the changes with the 49 truck. This one here.
Yeah, the fact that it's all original.
I even kicked around putting the motor originally was painted gold.
Sure.
And the valve covers were gold. And I thought about doing that, but nah.
I like the shock towers, the car color. I think that looks really cool. Of course, you got the windshield washer bag still attached. That's something you just don't always see. But I do notice something that you don't typically see is you have taken the paint off this and high polished the top of that radiator.
Thing that we did back when I was a kid. You know, we couldn't afford the chrome or anything, but that was one thing we could get to shine.
Yeah, there you go. So it takes probably a fair amount of rubbing to get it to shine like that and keep it like that, correct?
And from the temperature swings, it tends to dull quick too.
Yeah. Well, it looks really good, Tom. You got all original grill, bumpers, all that jazz. I love your Firestone license plate there out of St. Louis too. So
Larry Lampert.
Larry Lampert's in St. Louis. That was a speed shop. If anybody that watching it didn't know, Larry Lampert's speed shop was a place where you could buy all your performance stuff. So this is really a neat car, beautiful car.
Thank you.
And I believe you're correct. I would consider this an original car with the exception of the wheels. I mean, it looks correct.
I'm a Chevy guy, but when I seen this, and you don't see many Falcons out there, I thought, you know, this would be kind of cool to have, you know.
Yeah, well, you don't. And you know, I love all old classic cars, but I was always a Fairlane and a Falcon guy over that Mustang. You know, it seems like there were so many Mustangs.
Yeah,
as the Mustang population grew, you saw less and less of these.
Right.
You know,
right.
My number one Ford car was a Fairlane. I've had several of those, but I love the Falcons. I just think they're a great car, especially the 65. I don't know how much beyond here they made a Falcon. Do you know?
66.
66 was the last year.
Right.
And it wasn't nearly as pretty as this car.
Well, they made it in 67 too, but it was 66 and 67 was the same body style, but completely different body style than this.
Yeah, it had a kind of cheesy looking back end too. I didn't care for that rear.
Right, it was a kind of a real fast.
Kind of looked like an old grandma car at that point, you know.
Right, yeah. Yeah, and they made this body style in 2 years, 64 and 65. And the only way to tell the difference from the outside of them, the grill was a little different, and then the chrome on the sides followed the body line here.
I remember that. Yeah,
where the
rather than the
65s
center.
had it in the center.
Well, I really love that center chrome made into that indentation there. That's really a sharp look.
That looks pretty neat with the white inlay on it, and then the top being white.
So it's a 289, 30 over, and it's a 4-speed.
Yes.
Well, let's take a look at the interior.
Okay.
So all factory dash, factory gauges. You've added some under dash gauges there probably, or were they in there too, Tom?
I put the gauges in underneath it, and the tachometer. The tach was actually up on top of the dash when I bought it, and thank goodness he didn't drill holes in it. He ran the bolts through the vents of the defroster.
So he didn't have to damage.
But none of the defroster ducts were there, so I put all the defroster ducts back in it, put everything back to original, and then like we did in the old days, you know, just with an AM radio, not much music, so I put an FM converter in the glove box.
Oh, there you go. FM converters were popular in the 70s, 60s and 70s. The FM radio was just kind of getting popular at that time.
And nice to have my GPS too.
You got your GPS, which is that compass there. That's wonderful. I'm sure that's a Tom add-on feature there, correct? Or was that on there?
No, it's a Tom add-on.
Yeah. So your power top switch is here on the left?
Yes.
That's it?
Yes.
That's kind of neat. And look at the bare feet for the dimmer switch and the accelerator pedal. That's kind of cool. And that's something you don't see a lot of guys. I don't even know if they sell those anymore.
Old Cal Custom stuff.
Yeah, Cal Custom stuff was so neat. And so many of us had it.
It's a driver. I mean, you know, it's not a show car by any means.
But you know what, Tom? Hot rods are all about driving.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we can always trailer cars somewhere if you want to spend that kind of money on a car that you can never drive.
And it was pretty loaded up with options. It had the backup lights, and to get the backup lights always adjusted with the stick shifts was always difficult. So I just took the switch off the linkage and put it on a toggle switch under the dash. So whenever I want the backup lights on, all I have to do is flip the little toggle switch.
Especially with a 4-speed, getting them synchronized is
They come on?
No, maybe you got to have the key on. Could be a possibility.
Oh, well.
We'll see if they come on. There they are.
Still on?
There they are.
Yep, okay.
Got the center gas cap, much like a lot of the cars from the 60s had.
Haven't used it in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Yeah, they light up. That's perfect. That is perfect. And you've got the April 1965 license plate on there for your personalized historic plate. I did the same thing on my car for my 68.
Year vehicle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the year vehicle correct plate is something everybody seems to be doing these days. Well, Tom, I'll tell you, you've got the only Falcon we've filmed so far. And you may have that throughout our series here. But, man, what a beautiful car. We appreciate it. I'm glad you got your son involved in this because he's got a car that we're going to show here in a little bit that's a beautiful car. The cool thing about coming to Luke and Tom's place is we get 3 cars in one visit, you know. And you got a great shop. We're going to do some filming on your shop too. So
okay,
we'll get back to you after we do Luke here. But man, appreciate your time. Everybody, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And Greg, you got anything to add? You go right ahead, man. No mic. He says no mic, but hey, look us up, heartlandhotrods.com. We appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Tom. And if you like this, we got lots more coming.